Let's do an unboxing, test, and review of the Glamrdip Nail Kit System. Hey everyone, welcome to Jewel's Galaxy of Reviews. I'm Jewel. So today we are going to be unboxing and doing a test of the Glamrdip system. I'm not actually going to be doing it, but my best friend and business partner, Arit, is. She actually ordered this as an alternative to her shellac nails. And she'll explain why she decided to try out this new system. So let's see what's in the box. All right, so first thing outside the box was this free color that my friend chose, and this is the electric yellow color. We've got Dream Big, Sparkle More, and Shine Bright. We've got the instructional manual, replacement bottle brushes, and we've got the nail kit system in here. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so here we are, live action. So what are you gonna be doing, Arit?
So I've been going to the salon and getting shellac gel polish on my nails for years now, and the big reason why I got Glamrdip is because it's supposed to be healthier for your nails. As you can see, there's like a lot of damage to my nails right now. Like these are my actual real nails, and they never used to look like this. So I'm doing Glamrdip for the first time. Let's see how this goes. The first thing that we're supposed to do is grab the Grit 180 file and then just file lightly over top of the nail, because what you're supposed to do is make sure that it's flat. So the salon, by the way, already kind of did this for me when I got my previous polish taken off, but I'm just showing you, like, that's the first step of what you're supposed to do. Just super lightly like this.
And this is to do what exactly?
So you're supposed to create a rough texture over the entire nail. It preps it for the layers that are supposed to come. And then I just did it on top of all of the nails on one hand, but the next thing you want to do is make sure the shape of your nails, you're happy with the shape of your nails, and just, again, using the Grit 180, just filing it.
And they have all different grits here.
They have all different,
240.
and each one's used for a different purpose, so just make sure you're using the right one.
And on the back of that is 100.
So I don't need to do much filing on my nails because, like I said, the salon pretty much already did that for me when I removed my last gel polish that I had on my nails. Okay, so that's one hand. I'm going to do the other now.
So this is the color that Arit is going to be doing. It's the Your Majesty Silver.
Yeah, it's like a light, not a glitter, but a shimmer silver color.
And while she's still filing her nails, these are the other colors that she got. Got here, hard to get. Okay, this is a white color, Pillow Talk. Interesting names for the colors. Like how does it reflect the color? This is like some almost like sparkles, and it's Glow Down.
So the next thing that you want to do is push your cuticles back, because it just helps with applying the polish. Again, if it's not pushed back, it could get in the way of like peeling and lifting the polish off of your nail. So I'm just going to do this really quickly. And that's all I'm doing, is just like pushing it gently at a 45-degree angle with this flat tip. So next is we're going to remove this if we can. It's like really stuck
in there. There we go. What's that?
So this is the bond. This is the first step to prepping the nails. Again, I'm doing this on my natural nails, but once you've done those first few steps, if you're putting on like your own nails, like tips, then you would do that here. But since I'm doing my own natural nails, I'm applying the polish on my natural nails, we're gonna just go straight into this. So bond is, we're gonna apply it to all of the nails, and it removes any excess oils off of your nails. So I'm just gonna do this. I can see how the brushes can sometimes get damaged, because I was wondering why would they give us extra like brushes?
Oh.
Because when you go, like, it's so narrow that when you put it in, it's so
like
easy.
You can break it.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I'm noticing.
And how did you find out about Glamrdip?
Actually Instagram ad. You probably heard me talking about how I'm not really, like, I love getting my nails done and I love getting the shellac specifically because it lasts for a long time. But I don't love how damaging it is to my nails. So I've just coated all of it with the bond. And the next step is to apply the base. Now, I've read some or not read, but watched tutorials online about you got to be careful when you're applying this, because if you put too much of it on, you're gonna have like a bulked up nail, which will look terrible. It'll be like way too thick. So you have to make sure you apply a super thin layer, like barely even, like it looks like you're applying any on. So, and the other thing too is make sure to not touch the edges of like your, like I'm not even gonna go right to the edge. So let's be careful with this one.
So the hopes is that you use Glamrdip over time and then your nails will become healthier again.
Yeah, healthier, and then at the same time I still get to have done up nails because I don't like having naked nails. So I'm just making sure all the excess is taken off. And then you see I'm not even going to the edges. That'll come later, but that's it. Like super thin.
And that was like a tip that you saw in one of the videos.
Yeah, because I saw what happened if it is too thick. I did the one hand and I'm gonna now do the second hand. Again, make sure you're taking all the excess off of the brush before actually putting it on. And when you do put it on, super thin layer and don't go to the edge.
And then these are the bottle replacement brushes that you were talking about.
Yeah.
This is a fun brush.
So I just applied the base. Now we're going to apply the first layer of the color. Now in the instructions when you get Glamrdip, it tells you to first put on a clear dip, but they don't actually give you a clear dip. I found that weird how like in the instructions they
don't provide it.
Yeah, like they say recommended, do a clear coat first, and it's like
it wasn't part of the kit.
It wasn't part of the kit, and it doesn't tell you to order it. Like it just, that was unclear. So I just have the colors, and it does say if you don't have clear, that's fine. Just dip straight into your color. So I have the silver one here that I'm going to be applying, and so it says shake the jar gently from side to side so that you can make sure it's all even on the bottom, and I'm just gonna open it up.
I'm so fascinated to see like what this is.
I know, I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. So, oh, okay.
Oh, we gotta open that.
Oh, okay.
Here, let me do that.
Yeah, good call.
Hold on. Okay, wait. I'm gonna do it gently. We don't mess it up. Ooh. This looks like it could be disastrous if it spills.
I know, right?
Oh my god, okay.
So it says to put in my nail at a 45-degree angle like this.
For how long?
And then, well, not long, just like dip it.
This is so interesting.
So I'm just gonna do that on one hand, all on one hand first.
Wow. And how many times can you use this system or...
I guess until the powder finishes, right? Like that's how much color you have left.
Yeah. This is so interesting. Okay.
Okay, so it says once you've finished one hand, like hold your finger straight down over the top of the powder and then like tap it to remove any excess. So yes, it will get messy, and that's why you noticed I have a towel here on top of like a lap table, because it can get pretty messy. But I'm gonna do the other hand too, just so that we finish up this step before moving on to the next step.
It's like a crazy art project.
Yeah, and then you notice me like shaking the bottle from side to side so that we can even out.
Or not dust, so that it settles.
Yeah. So it says, after dipping into the powder, then we use the pointy edge of that cuticle pusher thing to shape the cuticle line, like to shape this part. But again, I don't really get that part because like we've already kind of done that. So yeah, I don't get this.
Shape the cuticle line?
Yeah, I don't get this step. Maybe to like push it to the edges. Maybe.
But then aren't you ruining the powder here?
Yeah, I don't get that part.
Maybe just to run it, like line it. You know what I mean? Like trace over it.
Oh yeah, maybe. Okay, let's do that. Because otherwise I don't really get it. Okay.
Okay, that part was confusing.
Okay, and then this step makes sense.
Oh, here, let me.
We gotta brush off excess. So right now it's not looking like much, guys. But it's so basically we gotta do that same process 3 times. So 3 coats of that.
Okay, and something to note, it is messy.
Yes, it's very messy. Okay, so now we're gonna apply the base coat number 2. So I'm gonna grab the base, and this time it says, you know, you wanna get slightly closer to the edges than you were before. So that's the only difference, but still like thin coat. Do not like glob it on.
So this is like creating like layers of this powder, basically.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like much now.
Yeah.
But I'm hopeful.
I'm hopeful too. So again, not all the way to the cuticles, but like closer than you were before.
So far, what's your experience with it?
I'm just staying hopeful that it's gonna look like what I hope it's gonna look like. Because right now it don't look like much.
We're staying hopeful. This is an experiment and an art project.
Mm-hmm.
So then now you gotta dip again, right?
Yeah. So gotta do the same thing. Grab this. And again, 45-degree angle, color dip, going in, going out. This time I'll just tap each finger.
Yeah. You gotta be careful not to like have it overflow. I can see that this can easily overflow.
Yeah, that's why it says to do like this in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't like, because you could push your finger in further and it'll totally overflow, and then you'll lose your entire color.
Looks like it's sticking on a bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, say what you just said.
I just realized that if you're someone who shakes a lot, like, you know, you're very shaky, like this could go all over the place.
So that's something to note.
Yeah. So I did that, and then next step is grabbing the brush and then moving the excess. There's a little bit more happening.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think it says to do 3, but I might have to do 4, you know?
Yeah, if it's not going on.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what it looks like after the 2.
Looks better.
Better, but there's like weird crackage happening.
Yeah, there's still...
Okay.
Did they comment on that?
There actually is in the back end. There's like what to do if it cracks. So we gotta maybe look at that.
Okay. All right, so we're going for the 3rd round. We're repeating the same process where we've got the, what's this thing called again?
This is the base.
The base, okay. And so it said to get a little bit closer?
Yeah.
So now you're still putting the layer on and getting a bit closer to the cuticle lines?
Yeah, and also the edges of the, like where the skin meets the nail.
This is base number 3, right?
Yeah. The good thing I will say is that it doesn't, you know how like nail polish has a smell like acetone and that kind of thing?
Yeah, the chemical smell.
Yeah, this doesn't have a smell.
That's good, because that smell would make me dizzy.
Yeah. Okay, here we go for our 3rd round of dippage. So I'm going to start with this hand, dip 45 very gently so it doesn't overflow. And then tap.
What are your thoughts on the process of this dipping technique?
It says 45-degree angle, but I find you kind of have to you have to go in a 45-degree, but then it kind of ends up being 90. Because if I were to fully, it'll just overflow.
Yeah. And also the way the bottle is shaped.
Yeah, like it should be wider or taller.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do this. Yeah, see how like I'm going in 45, but then I gotta push it up to get on the bottom. And I'm sure this gets like
easier over time.
Easier, and also when you use up more of the powder, it won't be so overflowing, right?
This is literally the first time you're doing this.
Okay, last finger. Okay.
And then the brush.
Yep, and now we brush it.
All right, it's getting a bit thicker. Definitely gold dust, or not, silver dust everywhere. Pros and cons to everything.
Yeah, there's trade-offs, right?
It's like, okay, you're not getting the chemical smell, but there are particles floating everywhere.
Yeah, and probably would have been better to stay in my Lululemon clothes before doing this, because now I have like silver dust on some of my clothes, but it's okay. All right, so this is what it looks like. Third dippage in. There are a couple more steps in terms of like making it look better and stuff. So I'm not sure if I'm just contemplating whether to. I also don't want it to be so thick.
Yeah.
So
let's take a look at the manual and see what to do.
Okay. Okay, so I've decided to do one more because as I mentioned, the first round, it was supposed to be the clear, but I replaced it with a color. And then they go into doing 2 color coats. And then the fourth round is another clear. So again, I'm just going to replace the clear with another step of color. So this will be the last round of the color. And then we'll move on to the sealing and whatever happens after. So let's do it one more time.
And for those of you who are wondering, Arit is reading the instructional booklet, and she did, prior to this, watch a tutorial, but we're hoping that this can also be a tutorial for you if you are watching this for the first time.
Yeah, like not holding anything back, sharing my thoughts with you as I'm actually doing it, rather than it being like a fully polished tutorial, because these are all the things that come up when we're doing it for the first time, right? It's good to be aware of it.
All right, so we'll see you when she's done the 4th round.
Okay, so that was the 4th round, and it's looking better. A little weird in some places, but I mean, pretty good for a first try. Let's see what happens with the rest of the steps.
Okay.
So the next thing we need to do is grab the seal liquid, and then it says to apply it liberally to each of the nails.
Okay.
And it says it will activate the powders, whatever that means.
All right.
Oh, we should probably close this up.
Yeah.
Once we put the seal on, we have to leave it for 2 minutes to dry, it says. But I've, again, watched a couple of tutorials, and I saw someone say, like, leave it on for, like, longer, 3, 4, 5 minutes even.
Oh, really?
Because it might get all smushy in the next step.
And then you're putting on seal.
Yeah.
And this is to activate the powder.
Yeah. So I'm going in for each nail, putting in the brush for each nail, because it does say liberally. So, and again, it's kind of annoying that the lip is so small. So like the brush can totally get damaged if you're not careful. Now we I'm going to wait for like 4 minutes.
Okay. All right. Got a timer going on. 5-minute timer.
So basically we want the nail to get hard, because right now we've like softened it. Because the next step is buffing the nail. So, oh, there's a weird piece here. I'm sure we'll get that in the next step. But yeah, we want it to harden. So it says you can test if the nail is ready to buff by like tapping on it and making sure it's hard. But again, I'm just going to wait for 4 minutes and then see what happens, and then test it out then.
All right, so there's about to be 1 minute left, so that 4 minutes have gone.
Yeah, so It seems to be okay. Just tap on the last nail that you did and just make sure it's not smushy, and it seems to be okay. So now the next step is we're gonna file, shape, and buff the nail. So with the 180 grit, again, just like shape the nail so that, because you know, in certain parts like this, for example, like I need to fix that. See how there's a little piece at the end of that? So if you notice any of those pieces, I think it was just that main one. Maybe this part here. Okay. And then to buff the nail, you're going to use the 240. 240 is like, it's not a nail file.
Oh, sorry. The timer went off.
This one's like a lot softer, right? So we're going to, by buffing it, we're just going to smooth the surface. So I'm going to do this.
This is supposed to be where the magic happens.
Yep. It is bringing like a little bit of a shine out, which is cool. And I also imagine it like smooths out any of the bumpy pieces. This is like, this is probably happening on this nail because it wasn't really like flat to begin with because it was all messed up from my shellac. So that's probably why that's happening there. Once
it grows out.
Yeah, once it grows out, it'll be better.
It'll be exciting when your nails get healthy again.
Oh, trust me, I know. Okay, so just make sure you're happy with the surface of things. I mean, it's not perfect, but the last step here that we're gonna do, actually like a couple of the last steps, is grab the seal once more and then apply this one here. And we're gonna apply a second layer and again, wait another 4 minutes to dry before moving on to the final step.
All right, so one more layer of seal and then there's glow and then heal left for the serums. All right, it's been 4 minutes.
Okay, so again, I'm just pressing on it, make sure it's not smushy, and yeah, we're all good. So the next thing is this glow formula. I don't exactly know. Oh, this is the shine. This is a shine bit. So what we're supposed to do is do quick, thin strokes on all the fingers and then allow it to dry for 2 minutes. And then we're going to do a second layer and allow it to dry for 2 to 3 more minutes. Okay, I'm going to do the other hand.
I can see it glowing more. It is way more shiny now.
Yeah, this is the shine. So we need 2 coats of this, but we have to let it dry in between. Okay, now we wait for 2 minutes. So this is the second coat of glow, and it says to do a slower application. I'm not sure why, but like the first layer that you do, it says quick, but now it says slower.
It's definitely got more of a shine now.
Yeah, and I think after this dries, I'm gonna wash my hands before doing the last step, which is the oil, which is the heal, because we don't want to wash our hands after that.
All right, setting the timer again.
Yeah, so we're gonna
2 minutes.
I'm gonna wait 3 minutes this time.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna wash my hands, and then we'll do the final step, which is the heal for the cuticles.
What are you thinking so far?
So far, it's okay. I think there's room for improvement. And I think what I'm gonna do next time, like you see how it's not evenly applied, like some parts aren't all there. So what I'm gonna do next time is, I think like the color applying has to do with the base coat. So next time I'm going to do one hand, like put the base coat on the one hand and dip, because before I was base coat on all fingers and then doing the dip on all fingers, but just so that the base doesn't dry out. Yeah, I'm gonna do the base on all fingers on one hand first, then dip all on one hand, and then do the same thing on the other side. And also just like being mindful to get closer to the edges of the skin in the third and fourth coats, like as we get closer to the last coat. Because yeah, you got to be careful to not do that in the beginning, but with each layer you can get closer and closer. So I think I wasn't doing a good enough job of that, but yeah, we'll get better. Okay, so I waited for 4 minutes for it to dry, and then I just went to go rinse my hands. And note to self, do not do that, because it's going to create these weird things. So I'm like, when do I wash my hands then? Because I'm going to put this oil on now, and I didn't want to wash it after. But I guess I should have waited maybe like way longer, because that wasn't here before, as you can see.
Yeah, it created some, I don't even know what that is.
I have no
refraction.
idea. Yeah, it's weird because it was the seal, right? Like it was a clear coat, so I don't get it. But anyways, something to keep in mind. Let's just finish this off with the heel step. So all that's left here is just putting some of this on each cuticle. And this is supposed to be really good for you. Like it has minerals, vitamins, and botanicals and stuff. So it smells good too.
That sucks about the water.
I know, we were doing so good. So I'm gonna have to really wait way longer for it to dry.
Maybe it'll go away.
I don't know.
Like it'll dry or something and it'll go away.
I hope so. But yeah, this is the first take, guys. I mean, not horrible, but also not great. So I'm hoping with more tries and stuff and just getting used to it, we'll clean up some of these things like not going to the edges, like not having it fully covered, and being mindful to not get the base on other parts of your fingers, because I have like dip there now. And also about the water. So I guess we should have waited like way longer for that final coat of glow before washing the hands. But good to know for next time, and at least I don't have naked nails.
All right, so here's the moment of truth. Jules Gems rating. What do you give this as a Jules Gems rating?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty happy after I come out of the salon with perfect nails. So I mean, I don't feel that way right now, but I know it can get better. So I'll give it a 6 for now.
All right, a 6 out of 10 Jules Gems rating for the initial Glamrdip. It's definitely something that you need to work at getting really good at. Like you're right off the bat, you know, not doing it at all for the first time. You need some practice, I would say. But I can see the potential. I can see it getting really good once you know how to do it properly.
Yeah, and we specifically chose a lighter color to start with, just because I have black and stuff too, and that could get a little bit crazy. So at least it's like a lighter color to test with. So you might want to do the same thing.
All right, so there you go. Jules Gems rating 6 out of 10, but potential to move up to, what do you think if it was perfect? What would you give it?
Oh, I mean, if it was perfect, like 10 out of 10
so
for
like
sure.
Potential.
Because the whole thing here is like to have it be healthier than salon nails.
Right. All right. Well, there you go. There you have it. The Glamrdip for the very first time, unboxing, review, and full-on test. Hit the thumbs up button if you found this video helpful. Make sure you are subscribed for more review videos like this. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.